What is the definition of a vulnerable person in Nigeria, or an excluded person? What is that definition?
Nigerian government used at some point was actually the World Bank definition. I think the World Bank was involved in designing those criteria that actually used in selecting those they said are vulnerable. But how World Bank actually got those information or intelligence that inform that data that Nigerian government is using right now is what we also need to interrogate, because I'm not very clear. But in terms of vulnerability, I think the common sense are just people who are living less than $1 a day, who lives in the remotest communities and what have you.
Often we hear things like the poverty index, people living below $2 a day, and usually statistics that we read from time to time about the number either being generated from the World Bank and sometimes some UN agencies.
We don't have data, but we understand that we have a National Identity Management Commission. So how come the government does not have data for planning? We have had an ID card project from as far back as the 90s. We had in 1998, throughout the Obasanjo regime, we started and stopped and restarted projects to do registration of Nigerians. This has continued with successive governments, and the Buhari administration is also registering people. So why would we say we still don't have data?
They are shrouded in secrecy. That is one of the things that we need to interrogate as civil society. The process of collecting this data, where this data are gotten, where these data are, and wherever people can have access to this data is key for us to understand how government actually run its business. It's the same doubt that I have, whether we really have an effective database that can actually educate Nigerians, or Nigerians can have access to anytime they want to do anything. Of course, you also know that we also have this decentralized data management system. You go to immigration, they are doing their own thing. The NIMSC is doing its own thing. FROSC is doing its own thing. And a host of others, they are doing all different kinds of things, collecting data one place to another. BVN, even the bank, is also doing its own thing. So our advocacy right now, or what we need to push for, is to have a centralized database that you don't bore people with these issues around coming to register every now and then, whenever you want to do something in the country. Do we have that central database? I'm not sure.
Have a central database. That was the idea of setting up NIMSI, to create a national database. And in the long run, between the time NIMSI was set up, the idea is to kind of consolidate and bring all these different data points we have, even the BBN, immigration passport number, driver's license. Although they are gradually getting there, there are already conversations. There's a committee that is already bringing them all together. civil society especially do a lot of advocacy around getting people to register for election, to vote. I think it's now that time that we now have to do this for NIN.
If you are setting up a committee and the action or the mandate of that committee will affect people or citizens of that country, common sense demand that you also include citizens to be part of such committee, because they will make valid contributions that will make that policy effective.
We need a law, we need a legal framework, call it a statistical law, regulation, but something that is harmonized and fit for our data needs. And this is very key. It's not just a Nigerian problem. I think even all over the world, there will be less than 50 countries that will have that kind of law that fits the UN standard. There is a difference between engagement and there is a difference between quality and impactful engagement. We have to start talking in terms of civil society more broadly defined.
Most of these agencies don't even have a strategy. If you're going to do something with the number of persons in Nigeria, over 200 million Nigerians, you must have a strategy that will effectively, address the problem that you think you want to solve. Currently, I'm not sure whether NIMC has a strategy that the World Bank want to fund or donor agencies want to fund to help them adequately get all Nigerians in their database.